Hello everyone, welcome back to Gardening Mindfully. I'm Zenith and I hope you're having a truly amazing day. In a recent video, you saw me plant some Swiss chard in this galvanized raised garden bed. I also transplanted a few broccoli that I had that were growing in another garden bed. Here's a recap of the garden bed after I transplanted the broccoli and planted the Swiss chard. You'll also notice that bright spot of yellow. That marigold is providing a nice pop of color. The reason for transplanting those broccolis here is because the leaves were being eaten by pests. So I know full well that it behooves me to add some sort of netting to cover my Swiss chard and broccoli to prevent them from being eaten by pests. So a few months ago, I had purchased a garden netting kit, and it is by Gongley. And this garden netting kit comes with netting, which I have no clue where that netting is at this point. So I'm pretty sure I used it for another project, but it also has some hardware, and I'll show you what those look like. The kit comes with 4 different pieces of hardware. On the top left, we have the clips that will help to secure the netting to the rods. We also have connectors that are in the middle. We have straight rods, and then we have the rods that are slightly curved. So I'll show you what I've done so far. So here you'll notice I used 3 of the straight rods and 2 of the rods that curves and about 4 connectors. So here is a straight rod. Here's a connector. Here's one of the rods that curves and it connects to another straight rod. I have another connector. Here is a part of the hardware that curves, and then I have another straight rod. Now let's go ahead and build 2 more arches similar to the one that I just installed. Connected my first straight rod to one that arches. Here we go. I need another connector. Then a straight rod. And you'll hear it snap in. Here's my second, my third connector. So here's my second arch. And I'll go ahead and put this across the middle. And here is the third arch. You will notice by the pieces of hardware left on the ground that the kit had a generous amount of hardware. Therefore, I still had pieces left over. What I can say about this kit so far is that it's relatively easy to use. The instructions are really clear. The hardware is strong and durable. And I like the fact that it's green, and I love that color green. It just really fits in with the garden. It's raining right now, but I'm really determined to get this netting project completed today. So I will continue until it's finished. Now let's talk about why we should use insect netting when growing our vegetables. I believe it's important to use insect netting because it's an organic way to grow our vegetables. Insect netting is an effective barrier that protects our vegetables and plants from garden insects such as aphids, carrot fly, cabbage butterfly, moths, leaf miners, just to name a few. Here I'm using tulle as insect netting. However, there are netting options that are more durable and will last longer than tulle. Here are my top 10 benefits for using insect netting. 1. Safety. Using insect netting eliminates the need for us to use harsh synthetic chemicals on our plants and vegetables. 2. Convenience. Insect netting is convenient to use. Once installed, there is no need to remove the netting until it's time to harvest. However, we do need to check periodically to make sure there are no bugs trapped inside. While the netting is installed, we're still able to water our plants without removing the netting, and it also lets in sunlight. That all adds to the convenience. Number 3, breathable. Again, the netting lets in air and supports good air circulation. Number 4, pest control. As a protective cover to protect your crops from bugs and damage, insect netting is the absolute best way to protect your plants from pests. Number 5, using insect netting will result in healthier plants and a better harvest. Number 6, reusable. Insect netting can be used season after season. Number 7, shade protection. Did you know that by installing insect netting, it will provide some protection from the harsh UVA rays? Yes, it does. Number 8, insect netting will also help to shelter your plants from strong winds, rain, and hail. Number 9, insect netting will help to retain moisture in the soil. And number 10, inexpensive. Installing insect netting is a one-time upfront cost, and again, because it's reusable, you're able to save money year after year. That decreases the cost. So again, it is inexpensive. I'm using tulle that I purchased from the fabric store that I paid $1.49 per yard. So that is a very inexpensive way for me to ensure that I have healthy plants that has no holes in its leaves. The best time to install insect netting is immediately after planting. But remember to check often to ensure that there are no bugs trapped inside. And go ahead and leave it covered until it's time to harvest. We have successfully installed our insect netting to protect our precious vegetables from pests that will chew holes in the leaves. I am so excited. I can hardly wait to start harvesting these leaves. It looks DIY because it truly is. The netting that came with the kit was used in another project. So I went ahead and purchased tulle from the fabric store. I like using tulle as a netting because the holes are really tiny and it will prevent the small bugs from going in that likes to chew on the leaves of our vegetables. So yes, it's DIY, but it's the perfect alternative to the netting that would come with the kit. If you are growing vegetables this fall, let me know in the comments, how are you protecting it from bugs? Are you using insecticidal soap? Are you using anything that is organic? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you will like, share, and subscribe to Gardening Mindfully. Happy gardening, and see you in the next video.